Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to get started in just another minute or so. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with our webinar, FLS First Line Support. And today the focus is on Siemens Support Center. For our agenda, very briefly, we're going to talk about who we are, who is Geometric Solutions, how we can help you. And then we're going to jump into our subject, the Siemens Support Center. Now, they created a brand new website about a year ago, and for many people, myself included, didn't really know about it. Well, that's what we're going to look at today. I think you're going to be amazed at how much content there is there and how much time it's going to be able to save you. Just as a note, today there are no handouts, but if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. So very briefly, my name is Dan Turk, and I'm an application engineer with Geometric Solutions. Now, Geometric Solutions, we sell Siemens software solutions, and many of you are our customers. We're part of the larger Waltonen family of companies. So we have Waltonen Engineering, where we have hundreds of engineers using Siemens software, and we have Independence Tooling Solutions, and that's where they're actually creating or building the things that are designed. So you could say from the beginning to the end, we have it covered. The owner of our company, he put it best. Our ability to successfully partner with our customers comes from our experience in using the tools we sell every day. So it's not just that we sell these tools, no, we're using them. So briefly, what is first line support? Well, as a customer of ours, we provide what's called first line support. So if you have a question about installing a license, a technical question, the software is not quite working right, things like that, you can contact us first. And 99.9% of the time, we'll be able to answer whatever question that you have. So why are we doing a webinar series based on first line support? Well, you know how it goes. If you have a question, likely someone else has the same question. Today, we're going to talk about the Siemens Support Center. And you can notice on my screen that I really had to cram the words in there. The Support Center, it has help for license files, software downloads, NX Sketcher, Solid Edge, Technomatics, and more. Yeah, there's a lot that goes to it. I'm going to put the website up on my screen just so you can see it. And you could just Google Siemens Support Center. And with that, I'm actually going to go to this website. So the first thing to notice is this is the About page on the Siemens Support Center. And you'll notice that it says that this is all new. Because if you've been using Siemens products for a while, you probably remember the download server. Remember this? Where you could find the software that you needed, you kind of dug through and you would, choose NX and then just keep on digging and digging and digging until you could find what you wanted. And a lot of times there would be two different versions of the same thing. Which one do you get? Well, I hope I get the right one. Well, those days are gone. And this old interface, maybe this from the year 2000, that's done away with. And that's because we have Support Center. The nice thing about it is it has everything that you need and it's in one spot. Do you need help getting a license? Support Center. Do you have a question about NX sketching? Support Center. Do you want to download the latest version of Solid Edge? Support Center. You see, it's all right here. And just kind of scrolling through, it becomes personalized. There's a good search engine. You can download all of your software, and there's a lot more to it. So if you don't have a Support Center account, then you'd want to click this Get Started Now and do just that. Jump into it, because there is a lot to this. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. So I'm going to log in. And the first thing to notice is on the top, it shows all the products that I have access to. Now, I know right now everyone's probably jealous and they're saying, wow, this guy has NX, Solid Edge, Plant Simulation, Technomatics, SimCenter. Well, that's because as a seller of Siemens software, we pretty much get everything. But when you log in, you're going to see your products. You're also going to get to see underneath this Account Center, licenses. This is where you would go to get another license. What people have typically done is they would send us an email saying, hey, I need a new license. Well, you don't have to do that. Now you can just click on licenses and you can make your download. We also have here to the right, and you can see they're having a little bit of an error, but do you have any questions that are put in with GTAC? So that's that Global Technical Access Center. That's the big Siemens support. Well, they would show those right here. Now let's just take a look at some of our products. Now you guys know me, I am an NX fan. So I'm going to click on NX View the Product Center. Now what we have here is pretty cool. I'm just going to roll down just a little bit. All right, we've got Getting Started, Learn and Explore Troubleshooting, and you can see some additional pieces down here. So the first thing that I'd want to do is look at the downloads. So if I click Downloads, they made this really easy. Here's the latest release right there. One click, you've got it. If you remember on the download server, there would be like 2 or 3 of these, and at least I never knew which one to download, so I would just download the first one and hope for the best. You'll notice though, this is for NX 1961, part of the 53 series. What if you need an older version? That's a question that our customers ask all the time. One click, I can go all the way back to NX 11, or I can get one of the specific series numbers in there. So that makes it really easy. The batches, they're on here as well. And it even gives us the date. Something else that you can look at is this additional downloads. Now this has to do with the different add-ons that we might have. So I'm a fan of the Mechatronics Concept Designer. If I click on that, well, there it's showing me the version that I can get, and I could make that download. Hopefully what you're noticing is that they're making getting the software, they're making that a lot easier. Let me just go back to the NX product again. All right. There's a couple of nice things on here. So one, Getting Started. Once I just click on that, you'll see that there's some nice topics. How do I set up the NX ribbon? What about the customer defaults? If you remember there's that gear in all the tool palettes, and there's more and less, and sometimes you have to click the gear. Well, if you're getting started with NX and that's annoying you, how do you fix that? Would you like to know? Well, get a support center account. Click on that link. That's going to show you how to do it. And you can just kind of roll on through and see all of the different topics that we have for NX. So here's one, Discovering NX, 1953. And it's just a bunch of help documents. It talks about roles to start with. We've got our quick links. So how do I do part modeling? What are the strategies? How do I use Booleans? You get the idea. It's kind of like training. Actually, it's not kind of like training. It is training, except it's better than training because it's free training. And it's all right here at your fingertips. So I'll just go back. There I'm still with the 1953 and all the different topics that I might want to look at. You can see there's a ton. Maybe there's something specific that I want to look at. So I'll just type in sketch because perhaps I want to look at some of the sketch settings. And you can see right here all these different topics about sketching. So if I just click on one, it's showing us that new sketcher. So really a nice little tool that we have, this nice documentation. Let me go back to the home. So back to my NX product. We've also got this troubleshooting. And what's nice about this is you can see some of the top, let's say, issues that we have up on the top screen. Now this one is really interesting because I did have a guy call in and he had a problem with this large sketch performance setting. Let me just click on it. So what happens if you get a large sketch, you can accidentally, and that's what he did, you can accidentally turn this on and it messes with other sketches, other things. Well, how can you find an answer for how to fix that? Right here, Support Center. And it's just that easy. So the Support Center, it has a lot of information, and we can't emphasize enough the need to take some time and just go there and see what we've got. Again, you can do a word search, or you can just click on one of these articles, but you can also change the versions. So maybe I don't want 1953, maybe I want 1872 or one of the other ones. When we make that change, it's going to help us to narrow the articles that we might want. We can also just go into the categories, and you'll just notice by the numbers, there are thousands of questions that folks have had. And likely you've had a question too. When I click on drafting, it's funny, the top one, ordinate dimensions, create a 0 on each dimension. I've had somebody ask about that. Notice 8 days ago that was taken care of. The Support Center, it's a better solution than just going out on Google or on YouTube because you can get answers right from Siemens. Let me go back to the NX page again. And we're just going to look next at documentation. What's new in NX 1953? Uh-oh, that new sketch. It's awesome, but maybe you've got questions about it right here. And there's some product documentation. I'll go back again to NX. And we also have this resources. So it's another different way that you can look for some trouble that you've been having. It's set up the same way. And let me go back one more time. And just rolling on through, you can see just how everything works. They even have videos discovering NX. Hey, there's a new release, and so on. Now, it's not just NX. If I go back to the Support Center, I can click on Solid Edge. And I won't go through this in that great of detail because it's more of the same. We've got Getting Started, Troubleshooting, there's documentation, all the downloads. Boy, Solid Edge has a lot of downloads. There's lots of really nice add-ons. If I click on that, I can look at some of the Solid Edge tools. Or going back to the major releases, we can get to older versions. So you can go all the way back to 2019. And all of this is at your fingertips. And if you're already using Siemens tools, you've got this. You've already got it. It's free. You just have to use it. The last thing I want to show you about this site is Siemens Plm Communities. When we click on that, this actually is going to take us where we can interact with others that have had questions. So you can have different discussions, look at different forums, the typical internet forums that we have. But then you could be one of these featured members because it's nice to get help. It's even nicer to give help. So you've got that option as well. And let me go back to my support center again. And then the last thing that we'll show is, again, licenses. Now, when I click on mine, because we are a reseller, it's not going to show me all the licenses that I have because we have like a unique one. But on yours, it will. So it's licenses by site, by host, activation, reports, and so on. So if you get a brand new computer, you need that new license, no problem. You can get it here, and you can go and download it from the support center as well. So once again, take a look at the Siemens Support Center. It's new. It's certainly an improvement on what they've had before, and I'm sure once you use it, you're going to really like it. Let me go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Again, there's the site, but it's just as easy to Google it in there. And then we're going to go to our questions, and we do have one question. If I cannot find an answer to my questions in the Siemens Support Center, should I contact the Geometric Solutions FLS team? And the answer to that is yes. So your sales rep would have given you an email address, a phone number that you can call to get direct support. The cool thing about the support center, though, is it's just faster because you don't have to wait on anybody. You can find it yourself. But good question. Thanks for asking. We want to remind everyone to bookmark your calendars. The second Thursday of each month, we're going to look at more of the best of first line support. And just to give you a little hint of what's coming next time, it's going to be all about licensing. So have you ever had troubles with your licensing? If you have, then you can join the club. I have too. So I'm looking forward to learning more about licensing. If you'd like to learn more about Geometric Solutions, or you'd like to find out more about our webinars, go ahead and take a second and scan that QR code, or feel free to send us an email at sales@goplm.com. I'd like to take this time to thank all of you for your time and attention. Have a great day, everybody, and stay safe.